Time. Color. Hold. Present. Hook.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order. Arms.
Mark. Colors. Colors, sir. Mark.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Thank you, Master Sergeant Melinda Charlton, for that beautiful rendition of the national anthem in the chapel.
Please, as you feel led, follow along or join me in prayer. Gracious God, we know we are very blessed to have the airmen of the LRS. We thank you for the team Voltron, found in TMO, plan, logs, and plan. Vehicle maintenance and transportation, POL, lead the way with their dedication. For we know we cannot fly without the airmen in supply. Thank you for Lieutenant Colonel Sloma and his family, for his skill in leading has been inspiring. Please bless Lieutenant Colonel Whitener. May his family and days be much brighter as he leads the great airmen, and we pray today, amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Price, for your inspirational words. There are a number of individuals we would like to recognize this morning, starting with the guests of the official party. Accompanying Lieutenant Colonel Sloma is his wife Bianca and son Sam. Accompanying Lieutenant Colonel Whitener is his wife Alana, daughter Sophia, son Jensen, Father James, Mother Helen, and Grandmother Edna. We would also like to extend a warm welcome to the outstanding leadership from across Luke Air Force Base in attendance today. The Commander, 56th Fighter Wing, Brigadier General Gregory Kreuter, accompanied by his wife, Laura. The Command Chief, 944th Fighter Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Catherine Buchanan, accompanied by her husband, Colonel Retired R.J. Buchanan. The Vice Commander, 944th Fighter Wing, Colonel Trina Savageau, accompanied by her husband, Lieutenant Colonel Retired Ryan Savageau. The Commander, 926th Wing, Colonel Sean Rasses, and his wife, Tara. Finally, we would like to give a special welcome to all of the group and squadron commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, family members, fellow Voltrons, and others that are attending today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander, 944th Mission Support Group, Colonel Rodney Likens.
What are we doing this morning? Everyone can hear me? No mic? All right. So first of all, thank you all for coming out. General Whitener, thank you for coming out on a Saturday morning to support TFI across the bay, seeing smoking off and seeing Rex coming into the LRS. Greatly appreciate it. Colonel Savageau, Colonel Rassus, thank you guys for coming out. Colonel Rassus coming out from Dallas. I know you live local, not that far of a trip, but thank you for coming out and seeing this transition. To the family members, thank you. I know Bianca, you get your weekends back with him, right? So you're gonna, those weekends, those long hours that he's been putting in to support the LRS, that time is now back with you. To the family of Colonel Whitener, thank you again for coming out. That time that smoking was using is now going to be on your dad and your husband and your son. So a lot of late hours, a lot of long weekends to help these men and women here in the audience be the best they can be. All right? So what is there to say about smoking? So when I got here, I'd already heard from Chief Harvey that I had a fighter pilot running my LRS. And I honestly was like, what in holy hell is going on at Luke Air Force Base? So I saw the video, I saw his change of command, run off with the guidon out to the fuel truck. Very funny, thought it was great. Still was going, what the hell is going on? So I get in, I meet Smokin', and damn, what a leader. So, in my 23 years, there are very few officers that I've come across that rise to the level of Ron Sloma. His dedication to his airmen, his experience in process improvement, and his just overall positive attitude to get the mission done is second to none. I see him going off and doing great things. We've had this conversation, going off and doing great things in your career at some point, hopefully the next several months. So he came in, what he rolled into, and I know Colonel Rasmus, you can probably speak to this better than I could, what he walked into was some challenges. So, he processed the situation. He went, wow, we need to fix some things. He took what he had learned, or what he had trained on, what he had helped the 56 with previously, and applied it to the LRS. And here we are, 18 months later, with LRS being the top squadron probably in the MSG. Not to pick on the other squadrons, but they have been consistently knocking the things out of the park. We have an ongoing deployment right now. We've deployed about 30 to 40 people. We're on our way to getting another 140 out the door, give or take. And that is, a lot of that has to do with the work that Colonel Sloma has done over the last 18 months. So that is a huge success for the organization, not just the LRS, but for the wing. So I cannot thank you enough for the amount of work and effort that you have put into it. And by the way, I just want to say right now, I've already told you this, but you stole Voltron. That was one of the best mascots I could have possibly thought of for the group, and you beat me to it, so you suck. Right? So, all right. So with smoking out, we got Rex coming in. So another fighter pilot, because apparently I can't get enough, right? I actually blame A4, but that's a different conversation I won't have here. But bringing the ops mentality to the mission support group is a win, all right? That is a huge win. Bring that mentality to folks that don't always have that mentality, okay? Just to be honest, all all right? On the flip side, to take the experiences that you had, right, from the mission support group and take that back to ops, so there's a better understanding of some of the challenges that we do encounter on a day-to-day basis, right? So, but his experience coming in, talking with Taj, I think will now take the LRS to the next level. Smokin has done the transition. Now Rex, it's your turn to take it to the next level. And I think you're definitely up to the task. I think you're going to do a phenomenal job for these airmen standing out here. And that's all I can ever ask, is doing your best, and we'll figure out the rest. All right? With that said, let's continue on.
Thank you, Colonel Likens. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present the Commander, 944th Logistics Readiness Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Sloma.
Rex, probably feel like a fish out of water. I know I did about a year and a half ago. Wearing a different uniform, have a slightly different mission, but in the end, the mission is the same. It's all about getting support to the COCOM so we can take the fight to the enemy. I know you're going to do phenomenal work. I'm extremely happy that you were replacing me, and I know that you're going to take care of these fine men and women in front of you and take them to that next level. And I look forward to seeing what you're going to do with the squad. Boss, thank you and the Chief Harvey for the last year and a half taking an old crusty fighter pilot and teaching them the ways of support. It's definitely been a huge learning experience for me, and it's really opened my eyes to the challenges the support community has every day in ensuring that the warfighter is able to get out and effect the mission. I really appreciate it. For you personally, sir, I really appreciate your ability to allow us some maneuvering space to get out there, but more importantly, as reservists, we got 16 hours a weekend, and you provided the time for us to be able to get after the mission, and it has been sorely needed and greatly appreciated from that, so I greatly appreciate it. Colonel Rasmus, to you, Colonel Greenwald was unable to attend, Colonel Savageau, Colonel Van Brunton wasn't able to attend. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to do this. Thank you for your support from the front office. Thank you in this resource-constrained time, giving us the opportunities for the LRS to improve what our mission is in getting the warfighters out, providing support for material management. It has been sorely needed, and it is enabling us to get a better process so we can ensure that RCP 6 and 7 is done properly and limiting the risk of learning. Derek Reuter, thank you for showing up. I know you're a busy man. Really appreciate you taking the time out of your Saturday to come out. It's just, once again, just exhibiting to the rest of the Air Force how Team Luke is a model for TFI, and I really appreciate that. I also thank your team, particularly Dan and his team, in supporting us the last year and a half. We've done exercises, process improvement events, and they have always been there to support us to ensure that we're able to close gaps and get the mission done, so I greatly appreciate that. To the group commanders, to Pixie, all your support throughout this. We've had some challenges that we had to go through, so I greatly appreciate it. Group commanders, to the squadron commanders, like I talked yesterday, we've had a lot of challenges this past year and a half with COVID and all the things that have basically weighed on us, but also just improving our way of doing business. And it's your inputs and your patience that have really allowed us to get through this. So I greatly appreciate that. To the honoraries that show up here, greatly appreciate your support. You add the icing to the cake for us, and you really add a lot to the airmen. We greatly appreciate what you do for our airmen and helping take care of the military community here. We greatly appreciate it. To the fighter pilots in the crowd, I've been a fighter pilot for 24 years. It's been phenomenal serving with you here at Luke. I've been here 17 years, and truly, you guys motivate me. The culture that you bring every day motivates me to put on the uniform and continue on well past my retirement age. And I will continue until they kick me out, but it's mainly because of you guys. And I try to take our culture and imbue some of that on the LRS and bring that fighter pilot attitude and get things done. So I greatly appreciate your support in the last year and a half. Ted, my older brother from another mother. So I wish we had more time together as the honorary. Rory, huge kudos for him to bring you into the fold. It's greatly appreciated. I look forward to seeing what you and Rex are able to do for the squadron in the years to come. I've cherished your words of wisdom. I've taken some stuff to heart, the conversations you and I've had, and had a lot of fun. So look look forward to continuing the relationship. To my family, my parents were unable to attend. Sisters, Bianca, Sandy, words can't describe the appreciation I have for you guys. So just thank you. Small token of my appreciation. From here, this is just a small token of my appreciation for the time that you provided me, the support, and I greatly appreciate it. If I miss anybody, Team Luke is truly a family. It's been a family for me for 17 years. For many years, I was a single dad, and truly what Luke brings and represents to me is something that I've cherished and is a thing that I cling to every day. So if I've missed you, I apologize, but truly, Luke is a setting that everyone here is just phenomenal. To the men and women of the LRS, a year and a half ago, we met. And little did we know that a week and a half later that this nation would be facing the largest pandemic, the world would be facing the largest pandemic that we've seen since the beginning of the last century. But like the strength of a diamond that is forged in the pressure and heat of the environment around it, great teams are formed the same way. And a month later, we were one of the only units in Africa to do a virtual UTA. That template was modeled by other AFRICs that ended up getting featured in Airman magazine. But it was your efforts, your fortitude, your drive to ensure that mission be accomplished that pushed that forward. Throughout this entire time, I've been so proud of you, and I've told you before, your enthusiasm, your drive to get better, your humility to self-reflect has been absolutely phenomenal. And what that ended up creating is that culture of Voltron. Understanding that each of us have strengths, but when we come together, we're significantly stronger. We're able to push the ball down the field and attain those touchdowns. And that's what getting to mission is all about. I look forward to seeing you under Rex, continuing to push that ball forward. Remember, reliable, agile is not just, it's just not things to put up on a board. Those are things for us to get after. And ultimately, it's about being ready, our first principle. So, as you continue forward, I'm going to miss being your coach, but I'm looking forward to seeing you get after that vision of forging ready, reliable logistics support to crush our enemies. Thank you. Godspeed.
The men and women of the 944th Logistics Readiness Squadron will now render their final salute to Lieutenant Colonel Sloma.
Squadron, attention! Present arms. Order, arms.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we invite Colonel Likens and Lieutenant Colonel Whitener to join Lieutenant Colonel Sloma at center stage, where command of the 944 Logistics Readiness Squadron will be formally passed from Lieutenant Colonel Sloma to Lieutenant Colonel Whitener.
What was the order?
Attention to orders. Department of the Air Force, Special Order G-11, under the revisions of AFI 51-604. Lieutenant Colonel Ronald Sloma relinquishes command of the 944th Logistics Readiness Squadron, 944th Mission Support Group, 944th Fighter Wing, Luke Air Force Base, Arizona.
That's right.
Effective 2 October 2021, Lieutenant Colonel Jalen Whitener assumes command of the 944th Logistics Readiness Squadron by direction of Colonel Likens, Commander, 944th Mission Support Group, Luke Air Force Base, Arizona. The men and women of the 944th Logistics Readiness Squadron will now render their first salute to Lieutenant Colonel Whitener.
Squadron, present, arms. Order, arms.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce the Commander, 944th Logistics Readiness Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Whitener.
Wow, thank you for being here. Thank you for all your support, General, Colonel Savageau, Colonel Rassus, Chief Buchanan, Colonel Comer, Colonel Lowe. Thank you all for being here, for your support. I could echo everything everybody said, but I couldn't say it any better. So I really do appreciate it. I really enjoy the relationship that we have with the active duty here, and the depth and the history that I have with the leadership team here. So it's an honor to be here. Thank you for the trust that you put in me, and for the opportunity to serve in this capacity. All credit that I have for anything that I've done or any talent that I have goes to my Savior Jesus Christ. He goes before me, he makes the path straight, so everything that I do is because of him. Alana, here we go. It's another season, right? My family means the world to me. I also have a token of that appreciation, bring that out. Just a small little bit for everybody out here, but got some flowers and something a little bit more for the young man. But just a little token to say thank you so much for your support, for everything that you guys mean to me, everything you've taught me, the foundation that you are for our family, and how proud I am of you guys every day with everything that you do. Thanks for loving me on my good days and my bad days. So a lot of those coming up, but I know I can count on you guys. With that said, also some of my great friends in the crowd, thanks you guys for being here. It means a lot. But really, in the minute and a half I have left, I was told, the folks I want to talk to are standing right here in the back of the room. I am honored to serve with you, to stand alongside people who wear our nation's uniform, and to pursue the defense of our nation, of our Constitution, and the things that we do. I think it's General Eisenhower that said, "You won't find a war or a battle or a campaign that was won or lost without standing on the shoulders of logistics." So that's not lost on me. So that's my focus, that's my perspective as we come into this. But my leadership style follows the man that I mentioned just a minute ago, and that is Jesus Christ, who was a servant, number one, and a leader after that. So with that in mind, it is my intention to lead as a servant and to take what Smoking has done already and take us to the next place. Those shoes are going to be hard to fill. I can tell you that. Everything that I've been told, everything that I know going into this is that Smoking is a phenomenal leader. And so, fortunately, I've had the benefit of a relationship that goes back a couple of years, more than 1 or 2 years, in a couple different places to discuss some of the things that Smoking is about. And so I've taken a few lessons from that, taken a few of those things to heart. So my intent with this unit is to continue on where we go, and where we go from here will be limited only by the constraints that are put on us and by our own motivation. So looking forward to that. I'm excited. Thank you, and Voltron.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Whitener. At this time, we ask that you please stand for the playing of the Air Force song and remain standing for the departure of the official party.
Squadron, attention.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to have served with Lieutenant Colonel Sloma and wish him luck with his future assignments. This concludes our change of command ceremony. Please feel free to stay and join us for the reception. Thank you for joining us and have a great Air Force Day.
Dismiss.